What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Monji TV. On today's episode, we have my beautiful E36 M3 coming in the shop for some mods. Finally, been waiting to do this for quite some time. We're going to be doing a CAE Short Shifter for this car. I currently have a dine-in, or not a dine-in, what am I saying? A Turner Short Shifter in the car currently, and I really haven't been too pleased with it. Something about it's a little bit notchy, and previously we just had the stock shifter in it, and I thought that it would be a really nice upgrade as it came with my other E36 M3 that I had. And so we went ahead and installed that in this car, but to be honest, I've just never felt like the shifting in this car has been all that great. I mean, it's decent, but it still feels a little rubbery and notchy. So we're gonna go ahead, pull the stock style shifter out of it, and put in our CAE chassis mounted short shifter. It's been quite some time since we filmed any videos with this car, so we'll be bringing you up to speed on what we've done and how to get the shifter installed. So anyways, let's get to it. All right, guys, so we're inside the car now. I'm not totally sure if we're gonna have to pull just the trim piece around the shifter, or if we're actually gonna have to pull the whole center console out to actually drill the holes, because you will have to drill 4 holes for the CAE shifter. So without further ado, let's just get to it. We'll see what we got to do here. Be careful not to break this trim piece, guys, because it does break quite easily. So, all right, guys, that was a little tricky. We ended up getting all the connectors disconnected kind of in the car. We did have to take the switch panels out of this piece because for whatever reason, mine has some wires that do not have any connectors nearby. So not even totally sure what these are, to be honest. I think the car may have had an extra security system installed at some point, like this one and this light. Kind of weird, so we'll have to look into that and figure out where that goes and what that is for. But anyways, we're almost there. I'm not totally sure if we can drill the holes we need with the center console in place. We may end up having to actually remove the whole center console. We're gonna figure that out real quick before I tell you guys the wrong thing. So let us play with this here for a sec, and then we'll come back in shortly. All right, guys, so we ended up trimming a lot of this carpet out of the way. Pretty much got it as much removed as we possibly could. I think this will do just fine. Now we're gonna go ahead and pull this factory shifter out, which requires us to kind of lift this seal up and go underneath the car and get some of the linkage off. So we'll do that now. Well, that's just all the factory like linkage, and that's why we're just going to a chassis mount. It's just way more precise feeling. Be more solid. You guys can see just how much like play and give this stuff has in it. So because there's a big rubber bushing here at the back, so this whole thing, you know, and then anyhow, we'll go ahead and get that stuff out right now. All right, guys, we got to get this whole shifter assembly out of here. So first things first is to get the shift selector rod undone. That is held in with 2 clips. You can't really see them now, but we'll show you them here once we can take them off. Anyways, there's a big rubber bushing here at the back that we'll have to get out as well. So it's gonna be hard to film this just with the exhaust and everything in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it removed, and I'll show you it outside the car. All right, guys, here's a quick look at the factory shifter setup. So you have this actual shift linkage here, and then this is like the support bar for the actual shifter itself. Anyways, you can see here the Turner Short Shifter. I guess it's a dining one. It's been so long since I installed, I forgot what it was. But this is all coming out. For some reason, CAE forgot to send us the DSSR, so we're gonna go ahead and use this shift selector for now, and we're gonna get a DSSR for the future. But this will just pop back up in here. It's hard to see, guys, but slip into the back of the transmission shifter clevis, and then we'll go inside the car and show you where it lines up for the CAE shifter itself.
Okay, we are inside the E36. Ray is under us, tightening it down, and I'm up here holding it so that...
You're on the driver's side front?
Yeah, so driver's side front.
Okay.
So he's tightening it from under us while I have to hold this down so that it has some tightness to it. All right.
All right, guys, so we're in the E36. It's actually been quite some time since we installed the CAE shifter, and I just love it. It's so amazing. They've been nice enough to send us this customized CAE Monji shift knob for it. They've also sent me one for the G87 and some other cars. We've got this, I think this is Cleanish Garage or whatever. we ordered one of these, and then I had to modify it just due to the CAE. I had to open this hole up here, and then I had to kind of like open this side up because for whatever reason, as you guys can see, it's kind of offset to the right. And with the CAE, there just wasn't enough room to go left. So I had to kind of modify that. As you guys can see here though, the CAE is installed. I actually still need to put the safety wire in this guy so that that doesn't pop out. That keeps the basically the clevis from below from sliding out. So you want to make sure to safety wire that so that doesn't pop out. I've also gone ahead and basically zip tied up all of the extra wires that we don't need to the side and just made everything really clean in there. If you guys can see. So you can see I've gone crazy zip tying everything and making sure everything's super neat and nice under there. One big thing to note, which I believe I mentioned before, since the reverse gear is all the way to the right, you actually, when the shifter's in the car, you don't want it perfectly centered. You want it just slightly kicked to the right so that when you go left all the way or right all the way, you don't get any binding in the actual housing here below. And so that's something to note, which I've explained, I believe, in the G87 video. So go check that out. Anyhow, the shifter just feels amazing. First, second, third. Obviously, we're not driving here, so a little bit difficult, but all the gears just go in buttery smooth. I love the reverse lockout for reverse, so you never go into reverse. This thing just snaps through the gears like no other. Honestly, CAE is par none. There is no other shifter on the market that I've felt that gives you the longevity of this shifter, the feeling of this shifter, and the general fit and finish of all the components. The quality is top notch, and I really can't speak more highly of CAE. I love them. I can't thank them enough for the support, and we're so happy to have these shifters in the car. It's such a wonderful experience. I've honestly, I've used the Garagistic, I've used the RTD one for a very long time in my E92 M3, and although the price is pretty good and the quality is decent, over time I was finding that thing was starting to get stiction, and it's known that like the center screw can unwind itself. I've seen people in the forums where it's actually come completely undone. That can't happen with the CAE design, the way that it's designed. So love that. You know, after about 2 years and really only 10,000 miles of use, that RTD shifter was starting to get a lot of wear and get very sticky and noisy. And, you know, I grease the thing, you know, once a month with white lithium grease, just like they said. Never had any of those issues with CAE. We've been running them for quite some time now in our cars, probably more miles on the CAEs than we have put on any other shifters, and zero issues. We've supplied a bunch of these shifters to our customers and they love it. And we just can't speak highly enough about CAE. So huge shout out to them, and their craftsmanship, customer support, and everything is just top notch. German product, made in Germany, made in-house, and you can't beat it. So anyways, I love the shifter. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that install. As you saw, we had Keo holding the, my bad guys, I don't know what happened to the gimbal here. We had Keo holding these screws here while I tightened it from below. We've gone ahead and tightened the dual shift selector shaft. I believe it's 35 Newton meters, 35 foot-pounds. Anyhow, don't quote me. It's on the actual dual shift selector rod. It says the torque, so you can't mess it up. And what's really nice about CAE, they also supply instructions for everything, which is wonderful. One thing to note with the E36, it does not come with a DSSR. So if you do want the DSSR, you have to order it separately. And that's E30, E36, and E46 shifter. They're all the same. So something to just note there. Anyhow, we love it. We're going to end this video here. Make sure to check back in, like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see on the next one, and what other car we should be putting a CAE shifter in. And yeah, a lot of updates coming on the E36, the 1M, the M2, the G87, a bunch of projects, bunch of stuff in the works. Stay tuned, guys. You aren't going to want to miss it. So we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.
If you liked this video, be sure to check out the next one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and like the video. It helps a lot. Thanks, and see you in the next one. Let's go!